give y'all one more lesson, and then we get to why y'all here. We painted this gym about 2-3 years ago. We had a paint day. People volunteered. It was about 13 of us. We knocked it out over the course of about a week, I want to say. Right. Brother Manny was with us. You remind me of Brother Manny a little bit. Real good brother out of Philly. Fair-skinned brother. Good brother. He passed away January before. Did Manny pass last January? It might have been 2 years now. 1 or 2 years. Rest in peace to my brother Manny. 1 or 2 years. Time fly. But he helped us paint. When everybody finished, he went behind everybody and cleaned it up. He passed in a car accident in North Carolina. So rest in peace to him. So the colors you see are after the divinities of the Yoruba pantheon. So I'm an Ifa devotee. I practice the spiritual system of the Yoruba coming out of Nigeria. Like you have angels in the Bible and the Quran, we have Orisha, divinities created by God to help us fulfill our destiny on this earth. So the first color you see is all white. The reason why white is larger than any of the other colors, because the ancestors are represented by white. This is not white skin like the pale man. This is the white light of consciousness that gave birth to all creation. Do you feel me? We're dealing with energy, not color, right? White is also represented by Obatala. Obatala is the spirit God sent to earth to create man from the mud and the clay. So when you read in the Bible and the Quran, God created man from the clay. It was the spirit that did that at the order of God named Obatala. He created man for God. Obatala is the oldest divinity, and he's one of the most powerful divinity. He represents righteousness, patience, character, integrity, leadership, charity, all the things that make you a righteous person. He's the personification of righteousness. All of us are born under one of these spirits. They are sent with you as a guardian angel when you incarnate through your mom. You got to find out which one walks with you because you carry the qualities of that energy, right? If you find out you are a child of Obatala, you cannot drink, you cannot smoke. There is no intoxication. Obatala children must be upright and perfect. Some people don't want to know that they Obatala children because they'll never touch that weed or that alcohol again. You feel me? When you Obatala, there's no room for error because you are the example of divine righteousness. That's Obatala. I'm going to go from that side. Blue and white. That is Olokun. Olokun means owner of the water. That is an energy that God put into the water. There's a spirit in water. That's why water moves and everything else. Olokun is the energy of the unconscious. He's in the water because the water is what? Largely unexplored. We don't know what's really under all the oceans because nobody has seen it all. Obatala represents the unknown of your consciousness and the unknown of the universe. He's the occult, the mystical. He's the dream. When you dream, that dream power, that third eye, I felt it, I saw it, that's Obatala energy. He also is associated with abundance because in the ocean, you have unlimited wealth under the ocean as well. So Obatala is associated with abundance. He's second only to Obatala, some say, in terms of raw power. Because what do we have more of on this earth than consciousness and water? You feel me? So very powerful. So when they talk about the great flood, God flooded the water, that was Olokun who rose up and washed our human life away. Wow. So if you ever watch African offerings, sometimes you might see the women go to the water and put all this fruit in the water. That could probably be for Olokun. He deals with everything unconscious, unknown, the things you want to know, but you can't find out, the occult, the hidden, the unseen, that's under his realm. Also, the ancestors who came from slavery, who passed through the water, he's automatically a patron saint for all of us because our ancestors survived and we crossed his domain. Next to Olokun is Orun Mila. Orun means heaven. Mila means messenger. Orun Mila, messenger of heaven. Now, when God created the universe, there was only one spirit he allowed to witness all creation. None of them witnessed all creation. The only one who, even Obatala in his wisdom, didn't witness all creation. The only spirit that witnessed it all is Orunmila. Ileri Ipin, witness to destiny. So when you get a spiritual reading in our tradition, the priest is calling up to that spirit, Orunmila, to open up your future, to see what your destiny holds, to see if you have a blessing coming that we don't want you to miss. And you got to do some rituals in order to make sure you get that blessing. You got a good job coming. You got some money coming. You got a good wife coming. We don't want it to pass you by, because just because something is meant for you, don't mean you're going to get it. Did y'all hear that? It can be meant for you. It don't mean you're going to get it. There's no such thing as guaranteed fate. Your decisions and your actions dictate whether you get it or you miss it. It could be something bad coming. Maybe you're supposed to get into a bad car accident. We don't want you to have that. So you're going to do some offerings to your ancestors and some other spirits so they can move that right on out your way. So it's Orunmila, which is why I wear him here, because I'm supposed to be a priest as well. I'm initiated, but I still have to get trained. We are the Babalawo. It means father of secrets. We're the ones you sit on the ground with, and we cast for you to see what's coming up into your life, to see if we want to hold it or let it pass on by. So he is second only to God. Whereas in Christianity is Jesus, in Islam is Muhammad, we have no such true comparison because none of these were human beings. These are all spirit. You don't see, you feel, and you communicate. It's Orunmila. It is through him we know the wisdom of God. He's the only spirit that witnessed it. So he know when you're going to die, when I'm going to die, if you ever going to get married, how many kids you're going to have. He know how you're going to end. And so we call on him when we're trying to put our life back in alignment. Because Ifa means destiny. That's the name of the system. Ifa. Ifa. My name is Ifa Tunde. What is your destiny? Find it, fulfill it. Shango. Shango is probably the most popular male Orisha or divinity. Shango is the divine impersonation of leadership. He's the king, he's the ruler, he's the emperor, he's the Oba, he's the ladies' man, he's handsome, he's the good orator. When he shows up for the party, everybody want to dance because Shango is here. He represents masculine leadership. His element is thunder, lightning, and rain. When it rains, Shango make it rain. God gave him the ability to make it rain. When it thunders out, if you're a child of Shango, they often give his offerings when it's raining, thundering, or lightning, because he strikes like lightning and his voice is like thunder. Shango is the supreme leader and politician. He's a warrior, but he seeks to be diplomatic. If he can solve a problem without fighting, he's going to solve a problem without fighting. If he ain't got no choice but to take your head off, he'll take your head off. There's another Orisha, he ain't doing no talking. He just come for the war. Shango wants to do the talking before he go to war. I need y'all to know something. The X-Men, everybody familiar? Wolverine, Charles Xavier, Storm, they were stolen from what you see here. They stole the African gods and turned them into the X-Men. Charles Xavier, what is his element? Consciousness. Obatala. Aquaman, what is his element? The water. Olokun. Thor with the axe. What is his colors? Red and gold. What is his weapon? The double-sided axe. What is Shango colors? Red and gold. What is his weapon? The double-sided axe. They stole our gods and turned them into the white man's superheroes.
Hiding the truth in plain sight.
Yes.
Brainwashing everything.
Yes. So that's Shango. So Olokun is water. Obatala is consciousness. Orunmila doesn't have an element. His element is the universe. It's God consciousness. Shango is rain, thunder, lightning. Here go another blue and white. What's the difference? Olokun is the owner of the water.
The opposite.
Yemoja is the mother of all life who resides in the water. Every baby is carried in your stomach in a sack of water. They say when her water broke, the 7 seas was created. She's the mother of all life. Everything that lives came from this feminine energy. She is the great divine mother of everything that lives. She's not the water. Olokun owns the water. She resides in it. And whereas Olokun is at the bottom, where the dead ancestor bones are, where nothing lives, you can't see down there. She's at the top, where all the fish and the whales and the shark. She's where the life is created.
Right.
This is her, the great mother. She's also associated with third eye. Dreams, perception. I could feel something ain't right. My stomach told me. That's her. Her number is 7. This is her sister, which metaphorically means associated spirit. This is Oshun. Notice the colors of Oshun are the same colors of this school.
Right.
Because she's the ruling divinity of this campus. We didn't know that until we found out. And so when we found out that Oshun was the ruler, we said, my God, we between 2 rivers, And the colors of the school are honey and gold. You probably Oshun. Let's look at the colors you got on. And let me tell you what Oshun is.
Tell me.
Oshun is the divine manifestation of love, beauty, happiness, peace, abundance, joy.
That's right.
Oshun is the energy that makes you want to enjoy your life. It ain't all about working all the time. Sometimes you want to sit back at the beach and just relax, read a good book, make love to your loved one, spend time with the kids. That's her. She's the sweetness in life. That's why honey is her element. People who suffer from depression, suicide, they got to spend a lot of time with her to lift their spirits up. I feel like quitting. I feel like dying. I feel like taking my life. That's Oshun. Go to the ocean. Excuse me. Ocean is her. Salt water is Yemoja. Big mama. Oshun is the river in the lake. You're not feeling right? Get you a jar of honey, the biggest jar you can get. Take it to the river, pour it in there, and ask this spirit to help calm you or improve your opportunities in life, because she's the energy that makes your life happy and fun. That's Oshun. She is the attraction that a man has for a woman. She's the orgasm. She's the ecstasy. She's the reason why you make a baby. And she's the reason why you want to raise that baby. Then we come to my ruling Orisha. This is the spirit I was born under. This is Ogun. My name is Ifa Tunde. Ifa, destiny has returned. I'm supposed to be a priest. Ogun Tade. Ogun wears the crown. Ogun is the spirit of iron, metal, strength, power, vitality. He is pure masculinity. He represents the unlimited, indomitable power of God. Ogun is the father of all metal. Iron, platinum, tin, copper, aluminum, which automatically makes him the what? The father of civilization. Without him, ain't no cars, ain't no laptop, ain't no cell phone, ain't no airplane. You see that? Just as he builds with the metal, he destroys. He's the father of war, the bomb, the gun, the knife. You see that? God creates, God destroys. He's the power of God, or should I say, he represents divine supreme power and authority, right? Shango is powerful. Nobody's more powerful than Ogun. Okay? Now, Obatala, because he's the oldest, he has a role, an aspect of his personality known as Obatala Ajaguna. He can get stronger than Ogun if he has to. So even though Obatala people are quiet, humble, laid back, peaceful, you piss them off enough and they can go somewhere that's even stronger than Ogun. Now, Ogun is a reclusive. That means what? He likes to be by himself in the woods. He's always working. He never stops. He represents the energy of life. Ogun is energy. You say, I feel like doing something? That's Ogun. Oh, I'm too lazy, I'm tired. You need some Ogun. Ogun is always working. He never stops. He is the force that keeps everything in motion. So you're talking power, you're talking energy, you're talking strength, you're talking will. Ogun is so antisocial, it took Oshun, the beautiful one, you, to come into the woods and say, Ogun, you got to come back to civilization. Ogun said, I'm good. Let me just build my buildings and create my... She said, we need you back, because if there's no Ogun in the world, there's no energy and there's no iron. So it took Oshun. Nobody else could get Ogun back because he's too strong. Oshun enticed them with her beauty and her abundance and her joy. And that's how we got Ogun back into the world. This is my spirit. I got one more. Eshu Elegbara. Now, Obatala is the oldest. Orumila is the only one to witness creation. Ogun is all power. Oshun is abundance and happiness. Yemoja is the life. Shango is the leadership. Olokun is the unconscious. So what is Eshu? In the Bible, you have an angel named as Gabriel. And in the Quran, you have an angel named as Gabriel. They are what? The communication spirit. God spoke to Gabriel. Gabriel spoke to Jesus, Noah. You see that? That's Eshu. Eshu is the communication. You know why he's at the door? Because you don't talk to no spirit without his permission. If I want to give an offering to Ogun, I better give him something. If I want to give an offering to Oshun, I better give Eshu, because he's the toll master. You don't talk to heaven unless you talk to me. You see that? He's the messenger. When you pray to your ancestors and you ask your ancestors to help you, he has to take the prayer. When you pour that honey in the river and ask Oshun to lighten your spirit, he got to take the energy of that honey to Oshun. Nothing gets to nobody without him. He's the door. He controls all roads in your life, spiritual and metaphorical. Let's say you're looking for a new job. I can't get a new job. Your roads are blocked. He's blocking them. He needs something from you to open them roads. Or maybe one of them needs something from you that you need to give to him so he can take it to them, maybe your ancestors, and open up your opportunity. Let's say you got to drive all the way to Maryland, and it's a roadblock. They keep roadblock. They fixing the street. The police stop. He's blocking you for some reason. He controls all roads. He's also the father of risk and chance. Gamblers, people who gamble, they got to stay close to him because he helps decide if it goes this way or this way. He's the father of choices. In African culture, we take our time before we make major decisions because if you decide to move here, there's a whole set of options. If you decide to move to LA, there's a whole set of options. If you decide to marry that man, there's a whole set of options. If you marry that man, a whole set of options. So choices equal opportunities. So Eshu say, take your time and make your mind up. Last thing about Eshu, he is the divine policeman. He is the dispenser of karma. Do you feel me? You just hit the lottery. You won $1 million. You got 3 daughters. They all in their 20s. They're not doing well economically. You should have took that $1 million and set them 3 up with a business. But guess what you did? You bought a $500,000 car and a $500,000 house. Eshu don't like that shit. So guess what? Soon when he drive off the lot, he get into a car accident. You get the insurance money. You say, I'm gonna go get me another Lamborghini. You get into another accident. Why do I keep crashing my new car? Because Eshu trying to get your attention. That money wasn't for that. You're supposed to take care of your family. That's how he plays. When things are not going right in your life, is it him trying to get your attention? Working on behalf of Almighty God, because all of them work for the Most High. We don't worship them, we worship God, but we praise them so they can work with us. And then the last one is the ancestors. They represented by white. Before you deal with any Orisha, you must be right with your ancestors, because you come from God through who? Your ancestors. So what you look like calling on Oshun, and you ain't called on great-grandma, great-grandpa, your great-auntie. You must deal with your ancestors first before you deal. So when you get your initiation, you get initiated into the ancestors first. You don't go to them. You got to get right, because guess what? If your ancestors ain't on your side, ain't but so much they're going to do. Family first. And I'm going to give you one more. That's it. There's one spirit that is not represented on the wall. You know why? It lives in you. Remember I said Obatala created the body? When Obatala created the body, your spirit in heaven, your higher self, because you exist on earth and there, you're twice. In fact, that's your real self. This is just a hologram.
Right.
Your higher self went to God and you asked God to let you reincarnate so you could fulfill or achieve a purpose, a destiny, right? So you had a choice of destinies. You chose the one you got here. So you lift that head up. It gets put on your head. God breathed life into you. You come through your mother. You see, that head that you picked up is an Orisha. It is a spirit. You have one of them in you, and it is you. And it's 3 parts. Your higher self, Ori Ipanri. Your inner self, Ori Anu. And the self that we know, your Ori. Your mind, your personality, your likes, your dislikes, your weaknesses, your regular ego mind, right? But you got a higher one, and you got the inner one. And the whole purpose of life is to find the destiny that your head chose in heaven before God and fulfill it. And the only way you do this is by putting your higher self and your inner self in alignment with your human self. Once all 3 of them are in alignment, you can now fulfill your destiny. That's Ifa. And so in the school, we're going to teach that as a class. Every child got to know them. They don't have to practice the religion. So if a parent say, well, you know, Doc, I'm Christian. I don't really want my child practicing. No problem. They must learn it. They won't know it, but they never have to practice it. Okay?
Gotta know it though.
Gotcha. So I need a sound system in here because we don't have one. As you can see, we got a pre-existing speaker there. We got a pre-existing speaker there. I don't know what they connect to.